All right, it is a good thing that Palantir does not hold Bitcoin on their balance sheet. Now, even though we know one of Palantir's co-founders, Peter Thiel, really likes Bitcoin, it is a good thing that Palantir does not hold Bitcoin on their balance sheets. And the reason for this is because I don't know if you've seen a little bit about what's going on with the crypto markets, but they're not good. I did an article a while back on dailypalantir.com about saying that Peter Thiel loves Bitcoin, but will Palantir buy it? And the whole argument here was that at the Bitcoin Magazine conference, which was about a month ago, they had every single celebrity you could imagine. I mean, Jordan Peterson, Peter Thiel, they had like some mainstream celebrities and media all come in to talk about this beautiful, elusive asset called Bitcoin. And Peter Thiel called Warren Buffett a sociopathic grandpa for being against Bitcoin. Well, nonetheless, even though he co-founded Palantir, Palantir has not owned Bitcoin. And the reason for this is because crypto is volatile. So I said, as a result, it is my belief that management likely can't afford having anything extremely volatile on their balance sheets. If we enter into a recession, make no mistake about it, crypto will go down. Bitcoin is not immune to macro level trends. In fact, it performs quite similarly to growth stocks and to the NASDAQ. And if we open up crypto and Bitcoin right now, I mean, the crash has been absolutely just insane the past couple of days. And I did another video explaining why the crash is happening, but $23,436 right now for crypto. It's down 11% on the day. If we look at it from let's just do the 1 month chart. Let's do the 1 year chart. That's better. We're looking at 69,000 right at around November 9th, 2021. It had 48,000 around March 30th, 2022. I can't believe it was even at 48,000. Like that seems like such a long time ago. And then from here, from around, what do you call it? From May 12th until June 6th, it was hovering around 28, 27, 26. It was staying there. And then this last leg came down all the way going down to 22,572. It's recovering a little bit to 23,454. Now, why is this also important? Well, here's a tweet thread by Dave Lee that I think is important to understand that kind of lets you know why it's important you don't have crypto on your balance sheets if you're a growth tech company, especially with interest rates rising. Interest rates that are rising are bad for valuations. For growth tech companies, they get compressed. Palantir is not immune to that. Bitcoin at 25,000. Tesla will need to take an impairment loss in their Q2 2022 earnings when they report in July. Tesla holds roughly 42,000 Bitcoins at slightly under a $30,000 cost basis. So Tesla will take a $200 million impairment loss for Q2 as long as Bitcoin doesn't go lower from here. He tweeted this about 14 hours ago when Bitcoin was at 25,000, and now, as we saw, we're not at 25,000 anymore. So Tesla is on their Q2 earnings going to take a $200 million impairment loss. If Bitcoin was at 25,000, now that it's at 22,000, it's going to likely be around 340 million in an impairment loss. If Bitcoin drops to 20K by the end of June, that would be another 200 million impairment loss. So a total of $400 million of impairment loss Tesla would need to book for Q2 2022. Q2 already a tough quarter because of Shanghai shutdown. And the Shanghai shutdown actually really does suck for Tesla because that has led to them not being able to produce as many cars anymore. Tesla, it shouldn't get hurt by the market for this. Like, the market shouldn't really hurt it because that's not in their control, right? That's a government that says, hey, you are not allowed to operate because we are trying to stop a pandemic, and the government has whatever methods they use to stop a pandemic. But nonetheless, like, you really can't blame Tesla in that situation. So if that's the situation, then their earnings are already not going to be amazing. If we go to their what do we call this? Their stock price right now. They're about 650 for the day. The entire NASDAQ is down. S&P is down. It's ARK is at $36. QQQ below 280 at a new low. It's rough. It's really rough right here. So if you imagine Tesla at 654, if things don't change by July, let's say we're stuck in this kind of market, or maybe we have a little bit of a rally. I mean, maybe, and maybe it goes to 700 or something. If they're taking a $400 million impairment loss, along with the fact that their earnings are just not as good, right? They just weren't able to produce and deliver as many cars because of the Shanghai shutdown, then things are going to be not the best. So this is a time where I think it's very important to recognize that it is a great thing that Palantir does not own Bitcoin on their balance sheets. Palantir down 7% on the day, 767. Look, this was really inevitable. And the reason why, and when I mean it's inevitable, I mean like when it was trading at $9-10 the last couple of days, I was like, it just doesn't seem sustainable, especially with the inflation report that came out. If Palantir had Bitcoin on their balance sheets, they would have to report a hefty loss. Because Bitcoin would obviously be down. Palantir has not bought Bitcoin in the 20s, in the 20K range, so they're not up on Bitcoin. So if they had bought it August 2021 or May 2021, same time around Tesla, it would be pretty bad right now. Now, the other thing that's important to recognize is that even though it's great Palantir is not holding Bitcoin and we're not down on Bitcoin, we are down on SPACs because we're Palantir shareholders and we have to be down on something. So this is TJ Evans, great account on Palantir. I recommend following him. Monthly update on Palantir SPAC folio. Unrealized losses sit at $243 million, basically the same Tesla $200 million impairment loss, based on their previously unrealized losses, which they will need to book $111 million losses as of today, which is 5 cents adjusted EPS, consensus at 3 cents. DCFC, which is tritium charging, and NRGV, which is, I think it's Energy Vault. Energy Vault are their only gains at this time. So this is the tweet right here, as you guys can see it right here. So these are all the entities we have: Lilium, Sarcos, Rovian, Cellularity, Bird Global is just kind of demolished. I mean, Bird is like under $1 right now. Wejo, Babylon, Box, Pair, Therapeutics, Embark, Fast Radius, Tritium, Aether, and Energy Vault, Black Sky, Faraday Future, and then a bunch of the rest of these. That's how much we got the share amounts for. That's the share amount. That's how much we put into them. These are their ticker symbols. These are their current prices, and then these are the unrealized gains or losses. So we only have 2 that we're actually up on, which again are Energy Vault and Tritium, which Tritium is one of my favorite SPACs that we have. So even though we're not down on the Bitcoin, on the crypto, we are down on the SPACs. I guess my key takeaways from this is like, look, it's good we don't have something super volatile on our assets. Like if it came to having something volatile on your assets, on your bank statements, like what would you have on your balance sheets? Would you rather have crypto or SPACs? I would honestly rather have the SPACs because all of these companies can come back. All these companies, you know, they're not gone forever. Like Wejo is such a transformative company. They just released some new product updates the other day. Like it's really good stuff that's going on with them. I don't expect them to be gone forever. So if I don't expect them to be gone forever, I do expect them to come back. The question is Palantir going to wait until they come back, or are they going to take the losses in the meantime? And that I don't know. But crypto is something where it's like, you know, crypto may come back, but crypto, if you bought it at 40, 45K, it might take a while to come back. You just don't know, especially if we have an actual recession. The inflationary hedge that is Bitcoin is not going to act as an inflationary hedge. And I'm not even a crypto bull or bear. I'm just saying, like, the way that it's been reacting in the context of growth stocks, it's reacting like a like a Nasdaq stock, right? The same people that own crypto are the same people that own a lot of these other growth stocks. So at the end of the day, I am happy we have SPACs over Bitcoin and crypto because I think it's less volatile and there's actual real companies. We're buying real cash flows as long as those companies perform and execute over the long term. And ultimately, we're going to be able to see what happens. But in the context of like Tesla having Bitcoin on their balance sheets, it's rough because, you know, I mean, obviously Tesla didn't expect the entire market to collapse either. They just saw it as a valuable hedge against some of the other things that are going on. But if it's not really a hedge against inflation, then it's not really hedging against anything much. And it's just this asset that's speculative that you hope will go up in value over time. So those are my thoughts. I'm happy Palantir doesn't own Bitcoin. That's one thing that we got right above Tesla as of now, but we're also down on the SPAC. So that's just what's happening. Let me know how you guys are doing. Let me know how you're doing with your positions. I know it's rough out there. We will get through this. Takes time at the end of the day. And yeah, ultimately got to believe in what we own and hold it for the long run. Thank you guys so much for watching, listening. Looking forward to your comments. I'll see you guys in the next one.